Morning guys! We're all having a good Monday morning.
Don't want to dark. Every time. How are we all doing? Hope you all had a lovely weekend. We're going to do our usual session this morning.
Full body workout coming at you, and you will need a weight in this. We've got rows and we have got shoulder press, and we're going to do dips as well, so you'll need a chair set up against the wall for your dips. So that's what we need.
Give me a second, just a few more to jump on. Hold up. Good stuff. So open some windows, grab yourself your water, get yourself set up with your weight. You'll need your mat as well. Yes?
Yes? You don't need it. Isn't that after?
Sorry.
Just looks untidy up there.
So, it looks untidy up there. You think it doesn't look untidy in there too?
We'll warm it up.
Yeah, I didn't factor gym mats into the kitchen design when we were planning it.
That's a nice flooring, isn't it? Just gym mats. A bit more comfortable than this, anyway.
Yeah.
For this day and age, you can get this design of gym mats.
That would be good.
Interlocking.
That would be good.
Look at
Might just put a gym floor in
and
the
do
kitchen. Just put a full floor in.
Never fully changed.
So let's get the heart rate up now.
Forward back into stride. Back to your jacks. And then last time on the toes. And then speed that upward and get up.
And time.
And
I'm done.
already?
Yep. It's Monday. We'll be grand.
Back. Opposite way with the arms. Relax it. You like to do that hip circles, don't you?
Yeah.
So again, 6 this way, guys, and then chain 6 the opposite way. Try and push through the hip rather than moving the upper body. Stretch that lower back and through your hip flexor. Relax that. Grab the toes, knees out, chest tall. Stretch that up.
Oh, I always find that one hard.
Right knee in. Stretch that up. Then we'll sit down in, push the knees out with the elbows and rotate. And relax that. Push up position. Right foot to right hand, straights that hip. Left foot to left hand, straights the hip. Right to right. Left to left. Right to right. And left to left. And we'll bring that down. You got on the side, top knee to the chest, and then rotate from the waist. And we'll change that over. Same thing on the other side. Top knee to the chest, rotate. Up goes it in. And then you can have the good bridge, either 12 the way I'm doing it, or 6 each leg, as Maria's doing, single leg, up and down. Rolling through the spine the way up, rolling through the spine the way down. Few more. And last one. We'll bring that up. Once you get that. We're ready?
Mm-hmm.
Warm.
It's roasted. It's Monday, but it's warm.
So like I said, you need a small weight for these here guys. We have got your single arm row. We've got a walking lunge today. Squat thrust, everyone's favourite. Press up, squat, power stride, shoulder press, deadlift,
Sorry.
say lateral skip, dips, V-sit, squat, jump.
Right, so hold it.
Throw down the rope in 2 pieces.
Oh, that's just great. I have to buy new frames then, so. Sorry about it.
Anyway,
Right.
so
Sorry, no more.
start with your rope. Chest nice and tall, elbow back, pulling that through, elbow in the thigh, space the body out. Again, anything at all for resistance for this, guys, when you're ready, and away we go. Chest
You
nice and
start
tall.
here with your shoulder engaged, and then when you
You
go
start
back up
moving.
and down,
I'll chat.
you just come to here.
So again, as long as you can, pushing your chest into the floor to flatten out the upper back, and you're pulling the belt towards this hip pocket, driving the elbow back as if you're elbowing something behind you, and then straightening the arm on the way down. But nothing's moving. You're not letting it pull your body forward, as in dragging it down, and then twisting your body up. Your body's not twisting. The back's working here, so the shoulder blade is moving. Elbows coming back and pulling through. Last 10 seconds.
People tend to drop it here
Yeah.
to the floor. That's going to hurt your shoulder. So starting point, same as the sit-up. You have a starting and a finishing point, and that stays the
And
same.
time. We'll bring that up with you. You can do it with or without weight for the next one. We're doing a walk-out lunge. So it's a normal lunge, except you're stepping through, touching at the top and stepping through to the next one. Whenever you're ready, and let's go. So step in, bring that back up, feet together, change feet, bring it up, feet together, and change feet. You can bring that back now. Take a slightly longer step, and then up. That's it. If you don't want to use the weights, you can set them right down.
And I just wanted to show
Yeah.
both.
And then away we go. And again, if you need the hand on the thigh here, you can put the hand on the thigh as you're stepping through. The Grace's only taking 3 steps this way, 3 steps this way as we're doing it. So we're not doing a lot of steps with this, but just change the exercise slightly.
Last time.
Good. And use that hand if you need. If this is really difficult, do a normal lunge or a reverse lunge. And time. Good. We're taking that into your power stride. Whenever you're ready. Let's change this. 3, 2, 1, on the toes, way to go. And again, if this doesn't suit, you've got that low impact variation, and it shows you that you can drive power into it as well to make it a little bit more ballistic, so that you're getting a little bit more of the feeling like the high impact. And again, if that doesn't suit, you want to do high impact movement, you can just go to the jogging on the spot if you want to just push out that cardio. 20 seconds.
Make sure the knees are soft.
Last 10. Keep it nice and light, the feet, keep that working, keep that moving. 5 seconds. And time. Good.
That's not to the bend.
Yes. You're taking that down into your press up. Whenever you're ready. So the head is tall, hands are wide, and then you're bending the elbows and you're aiming the hands in line with your chest at the bottom position. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're bending the elbows, leaning forward, you're not letting the hips collapse at the bottom position. Raise very long here whenever she's doing this. If that is difficult, keep going.
Try those in a row.
No, you're not. No. You can walk the knees closer to the body and do more of a box position press up, where the knees will be under the shoulders. You don't need to pitch too far forward with this, and if it's still really difficult, go straight down.
So you can go to the floor and push up through in one movement.
Yeah, if you want to sort of advance it a little bit more, you can put your chest all the way down to the floor, touch the floor with the chest, and then you push up, and that's really going to change that movement. 5 seconds. And time. We'll bring it up. We're into that squat position. So again, you can use the chair, you can use a weight, you can do body weight, whatever you want to do. From there, but you're sitting back, touch, stand up, or you do free, sit back, touch, stand up, or you grab the weight and you do the exact same movement. It's the same position. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're sitting back and down, you're letting your knees open up very slightly, and you're sitting back away from your hips, and you're keeping your hands up to the corner of the ceiling to give you that position from there. Weight is exactly the same thing. The position doesn't change once you grab the weight. You don't start leaning forward or using your back. And again, we can use this chair. You just get to the corner of the chair, touch down in, stand up, touch down in, and then stand up out of that.
Make sure your chest stays facing the wall
Last 10
in
seconds.
front of you. And
5
squeeze bum
seconds.
at the top.
And 10. Good. Squat thrust.
I hate this one.
Everyone does. You can't like them all. And again, if squat thrust doesn't suit, guys, you can do it elevated or you can do a mountain climber instead as the variation. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So raise on the floor doing it. You can do it off the counter as well. Same thing. If that doesn't suit, you can go back into that mountain climber position. You can do the hands on the chair, elevated from here as long as it's fixed against the wall. You can do the same thing, or mountain climber and they're lowered again. Put the forearms on the chair and they'll get you a bit lower. So there's different variations that you can do. 20 seconds. And it's a soft movement. We're not trying to jam the feet into the floor. We're keeping it soft. Last head.
Keep the core nice and tight, take away the back doing too much work.
Bang.
Oh, I hate those.
Give your arms a break. We're doing shoulder press this time. That bells up the centre. You hit that thing.
3,
We're pushing above the
2,
head, controlling down.
1, let's go.
So press it up, control back to that chest. Press it up, control back to the chest. If you find that you're arching or overarching, split your stance, one leg forward, one leg back. Press it up and control. Press it up and control. From there. What we don't want is that you're pushing out the front like this, because it's too much pressure on the joint, not enough on the actual muscle. So aim your bicep in line with your ear and control that way down.
15 seconds.
Let's go. Last 10 seconds.
10
Still them lungs there, man.
Okay. Last 5.
Good.
3, 2,
And good. After that, we are into our deadlift. So again, or glute bridge.
No, I don't stop.
You know what's that?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was sure that was.
Yeah. Chest nice and tall. We're going to sit that hip back into the wall, stand up, hip into the bell, squeeze glutes. And again, you can use the wall behind you if you want to. You actually have to touch the wall with your butt. That's a good way of learning the deadlift, because if you lean forward, you can't touch the wall. If you squat, you can't touch the wall. The only way you can touch it is to bend the legs and push it into the wall, and then bring your hips into the bell.
3, 2, 1, let's go. If you don't have a weight,
Sit back.
or if you're not able to do that, this mimics the movement that Emmett's doing right now. So here,
Yeah, same thing.
roll the spine down and push it up. So actually, our bodies are doing the exact same thing, just arm on the floor and he's standing up.
Yeah.
And it's a good practice for when you do eventually go
Halfway.
to the deadlift. So make sure you're rolling the spine down, and then you push the pelvis, not the tummy, pelvis
Keep that
towards the
moving.
ceiling.
Last 10
Squeeze the
seconds.
glutes at the top.
Squeeze, keep that working. 5 seconds. And time. Good. After that, we are into same lateral skips.
Bump up. So again, depending on what space you have,
Yeah. Away we go.
so we're going to the side, and we can stop. We'll show a different variation here, a few
Yeah.
variations to this.
You can walk it
So
as
you're
well,
basic.
side to
Step
side.
it,
Have
and
head.
stop. Step it. Now if you want to progress it, you can bring the knee up to the hand.
Yeah.
If you want to really go for another crunch, bring the actual knee up to the elbow, but don't bend forward to meet the elbow.
Yeah, keep that coming up, keep it nice and tall. 15 seconds.
Again, it can be
Last
stop.
10. Find variations that you for the space and the coordination that you have. Time. We are into our dips.
Okay, good.
Shall we do them? You do them?
No, this is
Again, feet close to the body to start, so that when you come forward and you bend the arms, you're not pulling away from the seat, you're going straight down. Your back stays in line with that seat. If your back starts leaving the seat, you're starting to crank and do this. This isn't it, it's a bend and a push. A bend and a push. Whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So the closer the feet are to the body, the easier it will be, because you'll end up sitting and your hamstrings will hit your calves, and that'll support you in the bottom position. If that's really easy and you think to yourself there's no pressure in your arms, walk your feet forward a little bit, but don't start leaning forward. You're keeping your back against that seat, and you're bending your elbows. Halfway.
shoulders now. The
Yeah.
front of the shoulders especially should be really feeling this.
But you're pushing your chest up. Push that chest forward, roll your shoulders back so that you're not getting pressure here. 5 seconds.
Let's go one more. And
Good. We're into V-sit on the floor. You want me to do it?
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I just want to keep my back.
That's okay. There you go. So again, you've got low, medium or high on that V-sit. So for basic, for beginners, if you just want to, you can just do the basic crunch from here, from this. Intermediate, we're going into that crunch in, stretch out, crunch in, stretch out. Advanced, we're coming up, touch the knees, extend. This is a modified V-sit simply because the full V-sit is this, up and back down, and up and back down, and it is really an advanced movement. A lot of people just will injure themselves trying to do it, so I rarely show it.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
So basic, just pull the knees in, crunch up, extend out, with control. Everything's with control always. Even when you're coming up to meet the knees, it's up, and then it's control. Up, and then it's control. It's never throw yourself up, and then fall back, and then throw yourself up, and fall back. But you see people trying to force into positions.
Halfway.
That's what this is for. To teach strength into the core. That's what this is for. To teach strength. Then you can add movement for the basic V-sit, and then you can progress into that
Last time.
control up, extend that out, control that up, and extend that out.
Last 5.
So everything is always and should always be with control
And time.
throughout all them exercises,
So the
guys.
last one is going to be our squat jump. That's a perfect example of how you have to choose one variation and do it for the whole thing. If you just tried to follow Emmett doing all of those at the same time, you've just, I don't know what you've done, but you haven't trained.
You've defeated the point of the exercise.
You know, keep saying that to you. Just remember that we're showing 4 or 5 variations because that's what we're trying to
That's
show
not
you.
what we don't want you to do that.
Yeah, and we wouldn't train like that ourselves. We would take one and stick to it. Squat jump. Finish, yes?
Yes.
Right one. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your
So
basic
short
squat jump.
movement, or raise doing the jump up and down, or just a fast squat up and down from that. So as you come up, you're pushing the hands back like you're jumping, pull them in on the way down.
Remember to land soft on the knees.
Yeah, and if you
Right.
want to progress this one, you go up onto the tiptoes. So it's challenge and balance, and you're pushing straight up, height, chest tall.
Halfway. So you're feeling this now on the top of the hamstrings into the glutes, and your quads and the top of the knees should be feeling it too if you're doing it correctly.
Last 10.
If you're locking the legs, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, don't land
Soft.
heavy in the joint. 3, 2, and 1.
Fine, grab a drink.
Walk your brain, grab a drink. Get your breath.
Well, this is a good start to the day though. This is good.
No, wake up, you know.
And Monday, I always find Monday quite tough. Simply because I didn't do any training yesterday. Haven't trained since Saturday morning. So I always find Monday more difficult. You'll probably find that yourselves as well if you take a break for a few days. Your body's more tired. But we always feel good after the session, and that's the main thing. So grab a drink, stay moving. We're in active recovery. We tend to not stop completely during these workouts, as you know, because if you stop completely, your body thinks or your brain thinks, yay, we're over, we're done. And then when you start to work again, it's a bit of a shock, and that's where like heads and things like that happen. So just keep moving, keep walking. If you have music on, check it out, and we dance. I miss music. That's one of the things I'm loving about when I get to teach in the gym at the minute.
The gyms are the new nightclubs because there is no nightclubs anymore.
Get to move to music. Our Strong Nation is probably as close as you're going to get to a decent
dance session.
dance session, even though there's no dancing. But still. Right.
Good, so
Sorry, what? Right, let's go get it.
whenever you're ready, we are starting with our row.
Yes, we are.
Opposite arm, opposite leg. So
So I up with the
yes, you're facing me this time. Yes, that's where you were last time.
Just checking. I always put the foot beside the waist. It's a good starting point. And you know then when you bend forward, you're going to be able to reach it.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, the body's not moving, you're not rotating, so Maria's not rotating from the waist up and then rotating down. The arm's coming back, the shoulder blade is moving, and everything else is more or less rock solid as you're doing it. Because the idea is that you want that pull to be coming through the back muscles, and the back muscles to be controlling it on the way down. Biceps involved, shoulders involved also, but you don't want to end up then rotating and then rotating, so this is happening.
And my core is on fire here as well.
It's because you're stable.
Yeah.
Last 10 seconds.
If your core is really loose and lax here, you're not in the correct
Yeah,
position.
tighten everything up. Everything should be solid in the body. 5
Last time.
seconds.
Can feel that one.
And 10. Good.
Oh, can feel that today. Good.
And 4.
Yeah.
Good. So we're into our walking lunge.
3, 2, 1. Let's go again. Keep
So
that
again,
chest tall.
find a position that you're stepping forward with. If walking doesn't suit and you think to yourself this is impossible, put the hand down and go into that reverse lunge on the spot. So you have that wee bit of strength. Guys, if it's really difficult and you need balance, stand beside the chair and then you can just up and down so you can actually control or use the kitchen counter so that you have balance whenever you're doing it. There's no harm and no shame in having to do this here, where you're actually have one hand on the thigh, one hand on the counter until you get into the position where you can control the strength of the legs.
When you're turning as well, sorry I'm interrupting you, when you get to the end here, so I'm going down and up, down and up, 1, 2, 3. Don't try and turn as you come out and time. Don't try and turn as you come up out of the last one.
Yep.
Just touch your knee.
Power
Okay?
stride, 3, 2, 1, on the toes, let's go. Power stride, what'd you do?
Nothing.
You do a hand like you do.
Yeah, Mike, that's
Go
okay.
ahead. So again, just place the leg guys, arms and legs in, you're keeping it soft, bending the knee, keeping it on the balls of the feet, and then low impact here.
If you want to modify this a wee bit more,
Yes.
hands up as you step back, and that'll give you a nice stretch in the abdomen as well.
Because for this as well, if you want to make that more difficult, you add power into it. So you really drive back and drive up, like a power drive.
Breathe out as you do.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, let's go, let's go, let's go.
And time.
Good. We are into your press up. I'm going to do it this time.
Okay. Okay.
You're,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, fabulous.
That's okay. 3, 2, 1, bend down. Close grip this time. So again, you're bending the elbows, leaning that body forward. Marie's doing these very fast.
So I am.
So
I'm
she-
doing too fast because I can hardly get them all out of me.
Well, what I was just going to say there, she's not going to last around. And this is the issue that some people have when they go into an exercise at the start. It's like, I can never last around. It's because you start this, yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. You get 10 seconds in, and it's like, I'm done.
10 seconds to go.
We're doing a 40-second round. You have 10 seconds left. Over that 40 seconds, you'll be aiming for about 10 or 12 reps. Sort of around that area. If you get more, it's a bonus. If you get less, build up to that
And time.
time.
Whew.
But doing 10 and 10 seconds, and then getting to the point where you're like, oh my god, I can't
Yeah,
do
okay,
anymore.
just
Like Ray just
full
did.
of energy there for 10 seconds.
Yes. We're into your squat. With or without weight. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Plant the feet.
Plant the feet.
Stabilize.
Same thing here with this weight. My knees are turned out, or so my toes are turned out very slightly. Open my knees up, sit down into the squat, stand up out of that. Open the knees up, sit down into the squat, stand out of that. So you're just keeping that control whichever way you're doing it. Same with the chair. Rather than doing the flat of the chair, I like to do the corner because it means you can get closer. So some people feel a bit more comfortable. So when you sit back, you're actually, the chair point is between your legs. So when you're sitting down into it,
10 seconds.
it feels like you have more balance.
Now, if you find that your chest starting to up to the floor here, that's when the hands go to the roof. Squeeze them up at the top. Last one.
And time. Good, we're into a power strike. Or, yes, squat thrust. Squat thrust. Sorry. And again, we can do it off a chair, you can do it off a table, you can go into a mountain climber as a variation. Let me do it.
No, fine.
3, 2, 1, let's go. A lot of hopping and popping around this.
Yeah, I'm knackered. I was just saying, I always find Monday tough
Yeah.
from not having trains and Saturday morning.
That's just was the day off.
So you see here, I'm not really moving much, except
Short
my
movement.
hips and my knees.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this,
Nope.
or no, I'm just doing like small movements.
15 seconds.
And if that's too much, hurt
Right.
yourself
Mountain
and
climber.
bring in my timer.
You're working a similar movement pattern. There's still pressure, you've still got the cardio going on, and you're still in that core plank position. 5 seconds.
Small movements to the feet.
Time.
And
Good. We're into that shoulder press. I'll do it. You want me to save the arms now?
that's fine.
See
Now you
you.
have muscles, come on.
Okay.
Show me your muscles.
Muscles. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
So plant the feet,
Yes.
soften the knees, tilt the pelvis, and that way then your body is not dependent on anything other than the core and the arms to do the exercise.
Yeah, same thing guys. Bottle of my wadi is 1 litre, so that's about a kilo. You can do single arm with that. So it is, you're pushing it up and down. It's an easy grip when you're doing it. It's got a little bit of weight in it to add a bit of resistance if you don't have access to weights. You know, 1 in each hand. Last 10 seconds. Resistance band, also you could do the same thing. Just stand on one end of the band and then you push up the band You can do that for most exercises. And time. Good. Huh?
That.
You felt that?
Good.
We are into your deadlift or glute bridge.
Go for it.
So again, I'm going to stand. What's that?
I'm sweating like an
Like
Egypt.
that, what?
Like an Egypt. 3,
3, 2, 1, let's go. So Maria's lifting the hips off the floor, squeezing the glutes. I'm standing straight. That's the same as her top position here. And then as I sit back, that's like Maria going back to the floor. So it's a similar movement. Up and down, stand up, squeeze the glutes. Down, stand up, squeeze the glutes. If this is getting really easy, then you can put one foot on the knee and do a single leg glute bridge, like we do in the warm up.
Squeeze the bum there at the top,
Yeah.
get that up.
But you still want to get the hip in line with the pelvis. So shoulder, hip and knee is in line at the top, not halfway, all the way up, squeeze the glutes. So there's different variations of this also, so you can see Maria's fully in line as she's doing that. If that's still easy, then you put this foot into the air and then you drive up. And you'll really feel that.
And you
kick
feel
in.
that in the lower back
Yeah.
and the other side, so just be careful.
And
with that one.
time.
That's one of the ones that you don't really go to unless you have massive
No,
ones.
you progress into it. That'll be the last point before you move into your deadlift. Say lateral skips. You doing it?
Yes, I'm doing them.
3, I'm giving you options.
Fine, fine.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Wow.
Nothing. Just stand watching.
Hope you're enjoying that.
I do. Yes. Again, you can walk this out, guys, if you need to.
And you can actually step
Yeah.
to the side then as well. Sorry, now I'm not able to cross over.
Yes. And take it back up. And again, get that core in. You can bring the knee up to the hand, or you can bring the knee up to the elbow. Knee up to the hand, knee, or elbow. Crunching that across.
5 seconds. It's really important that you don't bend down to the elbow.
Yeah.
Or to the knee, sorry.
And time. Lovely. We are into dips. Should we do just now? It's all options. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It would be worse if I was standing here just giving orders.
Did I leave you?
I know it is. So again, Maria's back is staying close to it. One thing I'm going to correct with Maria
Yeah,
here
okay.
is that her shoulders aren't back. So what was happening there, and she said it in the first round, is you will feel this in the front of your shoulders. I don't want you feeling it in the front of your shoulders. Maria was feeling it because she relaxed and then the shoulder was getting driven forward in the socket. You roll that shoulder back. So that'll stop your range of motion. You won't get as deep, but it's taking pressure off the front of that shoulder. That's 10.
And my left shoulder tends to do that even when
Yeah.
I'm in weight training.
It rolls
It
forward.
rolls forward. Whatever. Possibly protecting from an old injury or
Yes,
something.
that is it. And 10.
Okay.
Good. 2 more, V-sit.
If
I'll
you
do
do that,
this.
it's like taking
You
it back.
don't like it?
Again, I'm not going to do this simply because I have twisted my back a wee bit on Saturday.
Strong.
Now, if I was going to do that in my own training session, I'd just do a basic setup.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, choose which one you're going to do and do your reps of that over and over again. Emma will go from one to the other just to show
Yeah.
you.
So I want my shoulders coming off the floor as my knees come in. When I do this here, I'm still lifting my shoulders up and lowering them down. Some people start doing this and they don't move the body, and it's arms and legs flapping. It's not that. So if you can't do that, point the hands, lift up, pull in, extend, lift up, pull in, or control, up, extend, control, up, extend. And then you might need a little bit of help like that. It's up to you, or
5
here.
seconds.
Just plant it and go up. Or crunch. Just go up from here. Pick the one that suits you best
And
all the time.
Hold on.
Squat jump or speed squat, you finish.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Start in a squat position,
Up.
jumping up.
Or onto the toes. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
If you have music going,
Yeah.
turn it up. Go to the rhythm of the music as long as it's not rave music.
As long as it's not what?
Rave, like,
Rave?
anything really fast. Fast music. Shut up, you. You know what I mean? Dance music.
I haven't heard of rave since
Probably you were at one last.
1990. Too Unlimited, was it?
No, 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 no.
What's it like, rave music?
I love rave music.
Well then, what are you saying that for? Discrimination, right? And time. Hold on, guys. If you rave music on, keep playing.
It's one or the other in this house. I can go from proper
Yeah.
rave dance music to musical theatre in 5 seconds flat. Oh, that was good. So
Right.
grab a drink. Nice deep breaths now, and again, the active recovery is even more important now after that second round. Because your heart rate will be up.
You do the third round?
You do stop pressing that one.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm not doing a third round.
No.
But if anybody wants to really smash their Monday, pause here, swing it back 5 minutes and go again, and all the best to you. But that is more than enough for a Monday morning there.
Absolutely.
So, hands, big circles.
Straight up.
I'm going to just do a wee bit of extra stretches on the arms here, because there was a lot of arm work there between the shoulder presses and the dips and the push-ups. Change direction. Oh, that's nice. I like it. Bring the hands out now, and when you come to here, shoulders back. Forward, out, shoulders back. Just get that extra wee stretch into the chest and shoulders. Let's do another one of these, and then we're going to go diagonal. Get the sweat off my forehead as I go. 3 each side. So that'll really probably tire the arms a wee bit, but it will help in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Okay. What am I doing now?
We'll straight it up, Mac. Yes.
I was going to start into the warm up again next
Yeah,
time, I
see
guess.
that. Going to say push that back. I know, but you're not thinking what you're doing.
I am thinking what I know.
Are you? You're going to do the warm up there.
I wasn't.
Round the front, we'll stretch that forward.
There we go. That's where I'm so good.
Arm across, pull that through.
Keep it nice and high. Don't
Change.
make- Some people end up doing this. No, hands high, up at shoulder height.
And then hands around the back. Roll the shoulders back, stretch that up. Relax that. And if you need, you can balance against a chair or something, put up knee together. It's important to get the knees together, guys, because if you're out here, you're not stretching the quad. The stretch comes from that straight position and straightening the body up, and then that pulls down through. So it does. And if you're tight in a certain point, you'll feel it in this position. And change. So again, bring that foot up, knees together, straighten the body up, squeeze the glutes and push the pelvis forward. Relax that down. You can step forward, leg in front, step back into it, not that one. Every time.
Bring the toe up to the ceiling.
Yeah, if you want,
stretch the calf.
get the calf, and it's like,
Yep.
and then once you're inside, step back into it. Again, you can bring that toe slowly up if you need. We'll bring that up and down there, stay stretch. Pelvis tuck forward, and then
Woo!
drop straight down. No one wants that.
No one.
We'll change, step back, pelvis tuck forward, and then drop down into that stretch. And we'll bring that up. Hold on, guys. Monday morning done.
So, have a great week. See you in the morning.